Black History Month feature, John Robert Badger and the Architecture of Access. A Louisiana entrepreneur challenges cost barriers in the legal system and fee structures in the gig economy. By staff writer. In every generation, moments of economic imbalance give rise to individuals who attempt structural correction. During this Black History Month, John Robert Badger, a Louisiana-born paralegal and entrepreneur, situates himself within that pattern, not as a protest voice, but as a systems designer. His work focuses on two sectors where cost barriers are most pronounced: criminal defense and gig-based labor. The cost of justice. According to national legal surveys, private criminal defense in complex cases can range anywhere from $5,000 to more than $50,000 depending on jurisdiction, severity, and trial length. For working-class families, even mid-level representation can require liquidating savings or incurring debt. Public defenders, though constitutionally mandated, often manage overwhelming caseloads. Studies from multiple states show public defenders carrying workloads that exceed recommended national standards, limiting time available per client. Badger entered this gap through Legal Bro Services, a legal document preparation and case support operation structured with a hard cap: no case exceeding $3,000, regardless of duration or preparation time. In some instances, he says, clients were assisted without payment. "I saw a pattern," Badger said. "People weren't always losing because they lacked merit. They were losing because they lacked preparation." While Legal Bro Services does not replace licensed courtroom counsel, its focus on documentation strategy, case organization, and defense support aimed to reduce what Badger viewed as a preparation deficit among lower-income defendants. In practical terms, the model addressed a statistical imbalance. Legal outcomes often correlate with resource availability. Badger's approach was to compress cost while expanding preparation time. Percentage extraction in the gig economy. The rise of app-based labor has transformed employment patterns in the United States. Millions of Americans now participate in gig platforms for delivery, rideshare, and service-based income. However, transaction-based models typically deduct service fees per job. While fee structures vary, workers frequently report surrendering 15 to 30% or more of gross earnings per transaction once service fees, commissions, and other platform costs are factored in. For individuals operating on thin margins, percentage-based deductions can significantly reduce net income. StreetServe, founded by Badger, was structured differently. Rather than deducting from each transaction, StreetServe operates on a flat $75 monthly fee. Workers retain the remainder of what they earn. From an economic perspective, the difference is mechanical. Percentage-based systems scale corporate revenue upward with worker activity. Flat fee systems stabilize platform revenue while allowing worker income to scale independently. Badger describes the model as minimizing economic leakage. Economic research consistently shows that local wealth retention strengthens community spending cycles. When workers keep a larger share of earnings, disposable income tends to circulate more frequently within local economies rather than flowing upward to centralized corporate entities. StreetServe's structure attempts to invert that flow. When labor increases, income should increase proportionally for the worker, Badger said. Not just for the platform. While still operating within competitive markets dominated by billion-dollar corporations, StreetServe's flat fee approach positions itself as a structural alternative rather than a percentage participant. Disaster mobilization and enterprise networks. Beyond legal and platform ventures, Honey Pies LLC coordinated food truck partnerships during catastrophic weather events. Disaster recovery data repeatedly shows that food access is one of the first destabilized services during emergencies. Badger's model relied on decentralized partnerships, activation through network coordination rather than centralized distribution hubs. According to him, partner operators responded across multiple states, with extended connections reaching internationally when needed. The strategy emphasized rapid response and distributed execution, an approach often cited in emergency management literature as increasing resilience. Political entry as structural statement. In the 2028 presidential election cycle, Badger entered the race as one of the youngest black men from Louisiana to pursue the office. Political scientists often note that representation begins with entry. Even campaigns that do not dominate national polling can expand participation narratives and normalize broader candidacy demographics. For Badger, the campaign reflected continuity with his business models. Systems should not be restricted by wealth thresholds or gatekeeping structures. Architecture over rhetoric. Black History Month frequently highlights civil rights milestones and legislative achievements. Badger's contribution, if defined by his own framing, lies in structural mechanics. Cap legal cost inflation, replace percentage extraction with flat fee retention, activate decentralized relief networks, enter political spaces without institutional sponsorship. Whether these models scale nationally remains to be seen, but they reflect a recurring historical pattern. When formal institutions appear financially imbalanced, alternative frameworks emerge. For Badger, the through line is not symbolic. Justice, income, and opportunity shouldn't be luxury items, he said. They should be accessible structures. As debates over legal equity, gig labor regulation, and income distribution continue across the country, his efforts place him within a broader national conversation, not as a commentator, but as a builder attempting mechanical change. In that sense, John Robert Badger's Black History Month profile is less about recognition and more about design, reworking systems so the people who power them keep more of what they earn.